Hey everybody, Tom here. So today I'm going to be unboxing the Eclipse by Native Union. This is a Kickstarter campaign which originally started as an idea in October 2015, and after about a year of research and development they launched their Kickstarter campaign in October of 2016. So the campaign actually ran for 23 days. Their original target was to generate $50,000 of interest. After the 23 days was up, they actually generated just shy of $1 million worth of interest. So they had almost 9,000 backers, myself included. So I was actually the 7,030th person to back this, so I was quite late to the game. So obviously I imagine there's a lot of other people out there that are currently playing with their Eclipse and enjoying it. So what attracted me to the campaign was actually that it looked really cool. It's a circular device, you just tap the top and it will slide out. You have your cables around, you unwrap them, you plug in your devices, and then once you're done you wrap them away and you tap them again and it goes down. So I'm quite excited to see how it's turned out. So what attracted me to this campaign was actually that I had just moved into a new flat. I've actually tried to keep it as minimalist as possible and didn't want to have a lot of cables on view. I might do another video at a later date which covers off my TV setup because I've gone to quite great lengths to make sure that there are no cables in view. So this sounds like a cool thing for me. Originally I'd actually planned to use it as a bedside light because it has a kind of glow that comes out when you tap it, but actually I'm going to see how that goes. I might not end up using it for that, but we'll see. So the device actually offers 3 USB connections. They're both USB-A and also been future-proof for compatibility with USB-C, so that's going to be interesting to see how that sort of works in parallel. So the 3 USB outputs actually offer 2.4 amps of output for USB-A, and for USB-C they'll offer 3 amps of output, so hopefully that'll mean that they charge really quickly. So here we are, a year later after the original Kickstarter campaign closed, and we've got it right here, the Eclipse. Initial impressions, looks pretty cool. Really nice thank you message on the back to all the backers. Also came with a Native Union USB cable. This was actually an unlock that they had later in the campaign when they hit one of their milestones. So without further ado, let's unbox this bad boy. Okay, so let's do this. So here we go, the Eclipse. Really nice thank you note on the back, just there. Just really thanking all the backers for investing in the company. So let's do this. I'm going to try and be as tidy about doing this as I can. So a nice little seal at the bottom. So I'm going to cut through both of those. Okay. So there's a lovely little kind of pull tag here to bring it all out. So they've obviously put a lot of thought into the packaging, which is really cool. Okay, that's one side. So let's do this. Oh. So it has a nice little booklet in here. Let's have a look at this. So it's got a setup guide. So just sort of step-by-step instructions, how to install the device. So I'm going to try and follow these in a second. So it actually came in 5 different versions. I actually went for the marine cherry wood option, which basically has like the blue base and sort of cherry wood top to kind of go with the rest of my furniture and things. But they also came with a white top with white bottom with cherry wood top. And also a black marble top with a black aluminium base, and also a white marble top with a gold aluminium bottom. It's worth noting that the gold and the black marble were kind of 2 additional options that came out later, and they actually had a $40 premium on them if you wanted to go for those options. So I actually went for the $59 version with $10 shipping, so it's going to retail for about $80. So I got about a 26% saving by going through Kickstarter. Okay, so let's take it out. So I can see it's got the leather binder on it. This is actually an unlock at $150,000, I do believe. They had 2 further unlocks. There was one at $350,000, which opened up the white version, and then at $500,000. They threw in a extra free USB cable, and then at $650,000 is when they threw in the black marble versions as well. So it seems quite light. It's got this kind of plastic seal on it. So let's take this off. rid of that. So let's get rid of the box now. I think, yep, nothing else in there. Oh, actually, there is. At the bottom, there's a little stand to be able to fit it onto your wall if you want to have it as a single kind of USB hub on your wall. Cool, let's get that away. So, there it is. So, I'm just going to take the plug out. A little bit fiddly. There we go. Comes with, they had the option when you were buying it as well, you could choose what type of plug, whether you want to go for European or British obviously, so I've gone for that one. On the top there you'll see as well, it's got quite cool, it's got the different options on how to actually use it. So obviously single tap to turn the light on and off, so you can use it as a side table, double tap to open and close it, and also which way to kind of rotate it to unlock the device as well. So, what I'll do now is I'm going to plug it in. Okay, so just plugged it in, and I can see that the halo light has actually come on. I'm just going to turn the lights off so you guys can see. Okay. So single tap to turn on the halo, single tap to turn it off. Seems quite sensitive actually. Yeah, and that's actually with the plastic cover on still. So looks like I just have to unscrew it first. So that's unlock that way. Well, that's easier. So that just lifts off. So it looks like in here we've got USB-C. Don't know if you can see in there. There's the USB-C option down the side there. Whoa! Gonna put that back down. And then you can actually slide this to the left to switch between USB-A and USB-C. It's interesting that they've left it as USB-C as the kind of starting one, maybe just to illustrate. It is, but if I rotate it around, you'll see that they've got two other standard USB-A. So it looks like you've only got one USB-C and two USB-A connectors on it. So it looks like basically all I need to do is take a USB-C cable, wrap it around this thing, and then plonk it back on. So let's do that now. So I'm just going to remove this. It's not a bad finish on the wood. It feels a little bit grainy, like it's not been varnished. It's a bit of a shame because I'm not sure how long that'll last, but we'll see. So I'm just going to take out the USB cable from here, and I actually went for a matching one that went with the colour of the hub casing as well. Okay, so this is a nice carbon fibre cable, I do believe. So yeah, let's plug this in. USB. Quite easy to plug in, that's good. Let's put it in, start at the bottom here and just wrap it around. So I'm assuming it has a different channel for each one, so I'm going to wrap this around the bottom one, and then I assume if you're plugging another cable, you'd wrap it around the middle section repeatedly until you get to the top. Okay. Very straightforward. Okay, so I think maybe, I don't know, do I push that in there? Yeah, I think that's right. Okay, so I'm going to drop that on and turn it to lock it in place. I think that's locked now. Cool. So now, hopefully, just be able to tap it. There we go. Okay. So it seems like a quite nice motion. So single tap to turn on the lights, single tap to turn it back on again. You can't really see it very well probably for this angle, but there you go. So yeah, so let's try it as if I would use it normally. So now how do we get the cable? There we go. Plug in my USB. Sorry, actually wrong phone. Use my work phone. Kind of, yeah. Hopefully we should see, look, we're charging. So when we're done, pull out the cable, wrap it back round, slide it back in, and we're done. So yeah, interestingly, it doesn't look very flush. It's kind of at a bit of an angle with a bit of a gap. I don't know if I'm maybe not put the cables in just right. Cool. Seems pretty good. Now I'm going to read the instructions I probably should have read before. At this point it says to run the cable, you probably can't see very well here, but to run the cable up the groove and then to wrap it around there. So this one's actually the middle one. And then to tuck the cable in, just in there. Okay. Seems to be a little bit, also made a strange little motorized noise just after that for some reason. I don't know if that picked up on the camera, but yeah. So seems to very strange. So it makes this sort of noise and then. So obviously this is the kind of first iteration of it, and there might be some improvements that need to be made. I don't know, but yeah. So that's it. Initial impressions. Yeah, that's probably not good. I'm guessing it's not done via a capacitive thing. Maybe it is. Maybe I'm just being a bit overzealous with it. Seems quite. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, looks pretty nice, quite inconspicuous when you're obviously not using it, better than having like 3 or 4 different cables plugged everywhere. Would I recommend it? Time will tell. I think that might be, yeah, we'll see. So I've been playing with the Eclipse for a couple of hours. My kind of initial impression is it's pretty good. It's a good way to kind of tie away your cables. A little bit fiddly, I think is the best way of describing it. Things I like about it, I think it looks really aesthetically pleasing. It fits in nicely with the kind of rest of my house, which is good. The touch accuracy seems pretty good for the switching on and off of the light. A little bit touch and go with the raising and lowering of the mechanism. The USB cable that came with it actually is really nice cable. Really like that. One thing I do want to mention is the packaging is really nice. I know that's not the most important bit, but obviously a lot of kind of thought and care and attention has gone into how it all looks and fits together. So kudos for that, guys. Awesome. The main bit I don't like is actually the top. I think if it had been varnished or just put like a plastic sealant over the top of it, thin one, it would have just felt much more premium. It feels a little bit, yeah, it doesn't feel as good that it could have, I think. Overall, would I recommend it? Probably. I think it's pretty good. Certainly for a Kickstarter campaign, I'm pretty pleased with it. So I'll put a link to the original Kickstarter campaign below, and also a link to where you can buy now. I think they're selling it online. I'll check that for you, and if they are, I'll put a link in there. But please leave a comment if you've got any questions about it or how I'm getting on with it. Please feel free to drop them below, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. So that's me for now, signing off, and please leave a comment below and like the video, and yeah, let me know if you'd like me to make any more.